What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and today I'm going to talk about how much money I made flipping cars in 1 month. Pretty simple. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And if you've been following along, you guys know that I was kind of stuck in the Midwest area for a little bit over 3 months while I was waiting on my Challenger, the 2020 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack that was never finished being repaired and is now a total loss and going to Copart. So during that time, I needed something to do, right? So what I started doing was checking out the local IAA in Copart. I made a couple moves. Now, full disclosure, all of the vehicles that we're talking about here today are ones that were purchased and sold. You're gonna notice that one vehicle I haven't talked about is the Pontiac GTO. And I will be talking about that in a future video, but its own separate thing. So massive profit from that vehicle, but we'll calculate that later. This is just dealing with other vehicles after the GTO. So let's get into it. So the first one that we picked up would be the 2005 or 2004, I don't remember, Jaguar XJ Vandenplas, right? Now, or Vandeplas. I know people say however they want to say it. It is what it is. That one was meticulously maintained, and I stole that car. If you guys remember that, it's the only one that if I didn't double my money on that car, I wouldn't have sold it. I just wouldn't. I loved it. You guys saw it. Like, I was ecstatic about that car. The air suspension was perfect. The coolant system was perfect. All of the failure points or things that would normally be bad with a car like that were perfect. I was happy as pig and shit with that car. And you figure it's not every day you can buy a Jaguar like that that's maintained at a Jaguar dealership its entire friggin' life. In the last 2 years, it just sat in the garage and literally just got a dead battery. Needed a fresh oil change. That was it. We bought that car for $2,000 cash. I got the registration and stuff done. I sold the car before we even got the friggin' title in the mail. That's right. If you've seen my channel, whatever, for the first time, and you're like, what? Oh yeah. Check this out. No intentions to sell the car. I've had the car probably 3 or 4 days. You know, we took it down to Randy's shop down at Auto Auction Rebuilds, redid the headlights. You know, I bought everything I needed to do maintenance to the car. Put it up on the rack, got up under it, saw that it was just beautiful and clean. And I'm like, this car is a total friggin', we stole this car. And then I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna go out. It's been a good day. I'm gonna go have me a couple Guinnesses. You know, I had just saw the car down at Collision Works, and it was in all levels of disarray. And I'm just like, we were basically going back and forth with them about the seats again around this time period, and that they were supposedly ordering the right seats at this time. And I went in and I asked for what they ordered, and we found out that no, you ordered the wrong seats again. I think this was like the third time, whatever, they had ordered the wrong seats. But whatever, I digress. So I go up to this Irish pub in town, and I'm going in to have a Guinness or whatever, and I'm probably on like my second Guinness. We're just chilling, and this guy comes in, parks a limo outside, and I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. He's coming in here. I'm gonna pay this person. I'll pay everybody's tabs. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, cool story, bro. I'm getting up out of here, because you know, when somebody comes into the bar like that, if they're being ignorant or crazy, usually something else happens outside of that. And I mean, it was at the time I was in Oklahoma. Everybody's strapped out there. I didn't want there to be an issue. So I was just like, you know what? let me get out of here before this dude gets his head cracked. I don't even want to be here for that. So, I go out to the car. I can't leave. The dude literally has the limo parked across the back of my car. And the limo driver is like, yo, TK, gentleman inside wants to check out your car, whatever. I was like, cool story, bro, whatever. Get your mans, go get your mans, whatever. I got to get out of here, man. I'm about to bounce, you know what I'm saying? So, anywho's, long story short, guy comes out maybe 2-3 minutes later and he's like, what do you want for the car? And I'm not thinking the dude's really gonna pay me for the car. And I'm like, how are you gonna pay me? You're gonna go get $5,000 cash out of an ATM? I was like, all right, give me $5,000 right now. You can take the car. We'll write up a bill of sale. Like, that's what happened, on a napkin. I'm gonna write you a bill of sale. And when the title comes in later this week, I'll bring the title to your dude, to the limo company, right? He's like, all right, bet. He wires me the money like this, immediately, right then. And because we both had Bank of America, whatever, he was literally able to just transfer it, boom, it was done. I was able to see that it was actually there, $5,000. You saw the video, there's a video here on the channel. Dude drove it home from the bar, done. Or his friend drove it because he was shit-faced. So, and I walked my ass home. Well, I got me a lift, and that was it. We called it a day. And then, I started looking online and I saw that, the Sean Penn BMW 740 IL E38 was available. I needed that in my life, so take the trip to Tulsa. We buy that car for $3,000. Now, remember, we bought the Jaguar for $2,000, right? We sold it for $5,000. That's a $3,000 profit. So buying the BMW for $3,000 basically made that car, say it with me, free. It didn't cost us anything. That car ends up being free at this point. So you figure, we got the BMW, I do a bunch of stuff to it. I clean up the headlights, I cleaned it up, put tires on it, did fluid, like coolant, brake, whatever, fluid exchanges or whatnot on it. And I'm probably another, say $600, whatever, into the car, right? So $3,600. Take it down to Dallas, run into a guy who's got a Jaguar XJ convertible. Beautiful car, man. The paint's, clear coat's paint, peeling in a couple different areas, but these XJs are getting harder to find. And it's the inline 6, which means it's way more reliable than the V12. And I was like, I gotta have it. So we trade for cars. We trade title for title, car for car. And a lot of people were like, TK, that was a dumbass move. You're gonna get screwed. This car is gonna break on you. I proceed to take the Jaguar and drive it from Dallas to Oklahoma, get the title, tags, all that stuff done, and we take it straight to Las Vegas. Don't know nothing about the car. Drove it out there, no problems. We get to Las Vegas, I take it to Jaguar to get an oil change. They plug in the damn computer, and they say this car has 1.1 million miles on it, or almost 1.1 million miles. Remember, it was at like 96,000 miles or so. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, I really got screwed on this car. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is a 1,000,000-mile Jaguar. How many 1,000,000-mile Jaguars do you see on the road? I don't know of any, right? So Jaguar posts on their Facebook page, the local Jaguar posts on their Facebook page about my 1,000,000-mile Jaguar. That was insane. Got a lot of good traction and publicity from that, and I appreciate Jaguar for sharing it out, and I appreciate Jaguar Las Vegas for doing what they did with the service. Oh, which, by the way, just because the car had 1,000,000, like, they didn't even charge me for the oil change. The oil change was on the house. I appreciate that to them. Major salute. They just wanted to get some pictures of whatnot of the car because they could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. I thought they were full shit. When they were telling me the car had 1,000,000 miles on it, I was like, bullshit. But, paperwork, as far as with the VIN number and everything else, backed all that up. The car had almost 1.1 million miles on it. That is absolutely insane. Drive it all the way back from Las Vegas. So now, we've put 2,800 miles on the car, maybe almost $3,000. Car doesn't have no issues, runs like a champ, top works, everything works on the car. I take it to CarMax for shits and giggles, just to get one of my I'm taking my car to CarMax videos. Go in, park, pull the e-brake, everything you're supposed to do. Go inside, hand over my keys. They send this young kid out to take the car on a trip. What happens? The kid proceeds to drive the car with the fucking e-brake on. He doesn't take off the e-brake. No like common sense shit that when you get off the gas and it keeps coming to a quick stop, you wouldn't try to figure out like the brakes are stuck. Nothing clicked in this kid's brain to be like, I don't know what's going on. Why is the car not stopped? Or the bright ass brake light that's on the dash because the damn e-brake is on. But I digress. They drive it 7 point something miles. When he gets it back, I can literally see the smoke coming from out of the back end of the car. I immediately go in, grab the guy I gave my keys to, the old guy. He's kind of like the greeter when you walk into CarMax there. And I tell him what's up. He comes outside. He sees that the car is smoking from the back, from the brakes. And then, I'm like, you basically fucked up my car. Basically is what happened. They come back to me with an offer of $4,900. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a profit, being that I only had $3,000 into the BMW and I traded for this car. It would have been a $1,900 profit. But I knew I could have got more money out of this car if I just sold it to somebody else, private party, or person to person. I knew I could have got more money out of the car, so I was fucking mad. And I made my displeasure known to the manager. So the manager finally says, you know what, pull it around to the side. And I'm having one of my service guys look at it, whatever, right? I get into the car, and if you looked at the video on this, it's on the channel here about CarMax blowing up a car. I turn the ignition on, and the heat, the temperature gauge is, it's buried to the H. It's completely buried. To the car's credit, boom, fired right up, backed out, didn't have any power loss that I could tell. Bring it around to the area where you'd bring your car if you decided you were gonna sell it. And I park it, shut it down. I hand them the keys and I tell them, like, the temperature gauge is all the way over to the H, the whole nine. They come out, and then when their service guy is looking at it, the coolant pipe busted and just dumped. I didn't get to see it blow, but he came in while we were doing paperwork and was like, the octopus pipe busted somewhere. There was coolant everywhere. So at that point, I can't take the car home. I can't drive it back. So I'm kind of stuck with it, right? So I sell the car. To CarMax's credit, I was pissed, but to CarMax's credit, we end up agreeing, we sell the car for $4,900. At that point, I'm at a $1,900 profit, right? That's not a bad profit, keeping it 100, right? But CarMax actually reaches out, their corporate department, and they cut me a check for another $3,000, which means that car sold for $7,900. That's what we get out of it. So all said and done, all this happens in 1 month. In 1 month of just flipping a few cars, 3, we have a total profit of $7,900. Now, is that typical? It really depends on the cars that you're buying and selling. This gives you an idea of what I bought and sold and a little bit of backstory on each of the individual cars. I think the Jaguar, I might have had the BMW the longest. I think actually, no, I did. I had the BMW like a month, almost a month. But, if I'm looking at we hadn't talked about the GTO, but if I talk about any of them, I think we had the GTO the longest. But the BMW we kept, I think, at a month. The Jaguar we might have had for like 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. 2 weeks. Oh yeah, because I did take it away. So we'll say 2 weeks. So, you figure in just like a month of flipping cars, or I think the total time was 38 days or whatever, when I looked at all the different transactions. So in like 38 days or whatever, we made a $7,900 profit. And that does not include the GTO. And that will be in a separate video. But not bad. And I know a lot of people say, well, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, TK? Well, I can tell you for a lot of people that live in the area in Oklahoma where I was doing the car sales, $7,900 a month from flipping cars is $94,800 a year. To take something and that you got and sell it for a profit and do something that you probably already like to do anyway, flip cars, tinker with cars, and that also does not include any of the video content, because I did videos on every single one of these vehicles, multiple videos, and all of those vehicles had revenue that came in from it. So that's even more than the 7,900. But this was specifically a video on profit and loss and how much I made on those vehicles that I bought in a 30-day period. So you guys have an idea of, and like you have an idea of what I made, but your results, depending on the cars that you buy, how much they're worth, could vary. I like to buy stuff that a lot of other people may not like to buy. I love Range Rovers, I love BMWs, and I love Jaguars. For me, those cars don't scare me because I know how to work on my own cars, especially when it comes to a BMW. If it's anything pre 2005 BMW, give me. I'd even say 2010 BMW, gimme. You know, I don't like iDrive in the E60s and having to deal with that crap. I definitely don't like the newer ones, too computerized, too much of a pain in the ass. But the old school, just regular joints, that didn't have iDrive, give me those BMWs all day. Them cars do not scare me at all, whether it's like doing transmission services, oil changes, belts, parts, alternators, I don't care. And that's why when people were like, we can't believe you bought this 7 Series TK, it's gonna break you. Nah, not at all. So there you have it. That's what I made. There's the number, $7,900 in 1 month. And here's the thing. I don't normally flip cars, guys. It's not my thing. Normally, if I buy a car from Copart and it's interesting and I put it together, I either keep it for myself and put it in one of the cities that I live in. Like you guys know, I got a bunch of Aspens, right? I got these Chrysler Aspens all over the place. But they all came from the auctions. They were cheap, they're reliable, 5.7 Hemis, they run like a champ, and just being able to put them wherever, it's a reliable, luxury vehicle that I can drive in whatever city that I'm in. Oklahoma, Kansas, North Carolina, Vegas, LA, they just work. So there you have it. Your results may vary, but definitely go check it out. And here's the other thing. I bought cars from Copart, IAA, Facebook Marketplace. I think the BMW was Facebook Marketplace, GTO, which were separate video, IAA. The other Aspen was Copart, which we didn't talk about because it's not sold. And what was the other one? Oh, and the Jaguar, Facebook Marketplace. So go check out Facebook Marketplace. If you want to check out Copart, go to copart.com/TK's Garage. Sign up for a free account. See if it's something that you might be interested in. But yeah, there you have it. That's how much I made off of basically 3 cars. 1 month. It's not bad. Almost $8,000. Pretty good, decent amount of money. I don't know. If I applied myself and I really wanted to push hard and do it, I bet you I could probably make 15, 20 grand a month easily doing it. And you could too. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Today's video, in case you didn't know, has been brought to you by Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is the great wireless service that it's $90 for 3 months of totally unlimited service. Doesn't matter if you're using an iPhone, doesn't matter if you use one of these Android phones, the foldable joints, the regular joints, it works with everybody. Every single brand, iPhones, Androids, none of that matters. You could be doing y'all gonna say I'm flexing. Y'all could be doing the royal flush of folded phones like this, right? But in all honesty, Mint Mobile is absolutely awesome, and Mint Mobile has been powering the channel as far as my uploads on this entire trip, and major shout out to them. And I appreciate them for sponsoring this channel and allowing me to do the content that I like to do and allowing me to just be me. I don't have to like not swear or not cuss or not do anything. They're just like, just be you. That's what we pay for. And I appreciate that. With that said, thank you guys very much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Before I get out of here, if you haven't been over to my other channel, which is Tech Talk, it's a technology channel where I got started on YouTube. I might put a link in the description. I'm actually giving one of these away. Now I'm using the Max today, but this is a sealed, like you can see the seals aren't broken on this, iPhone 13 Pro 512 gigabyte model. We're giving this away as the tech channel gets up to either 2,500 subscribers or 45 days, whatever comes first. And by the time you guys see this, the giveaway has already started over there. So go tap in and check it out. You can go check it out at the second channel, More with TK, or you can go over to Tech Talk directly. I'll go ahead and link both of those channels in the description down below. Oh, you didn't know? Yeah, I got a bunch of channels. Lots of channels. One other piece of housekeeping, you guys have been asking me about the flying channels, and yes, it is coming back. I am able to fly again, so you guys will get an opportunity to see some of those, you know, how to take off, how to land, how to do this maintenance, how to do that maintenance on Cessna 172s again, and I can't wait to bring that content back to you guys. So now we can get out of here. With that said, thank you guys very much for watching. That's what you can make in a year, just doing what I did, 3 cars a month. Not bad. Not bad at all. Perfect.